Alright, for those who care to follow my channel and my progress, about a month ago, scored a 2003 Bluebird All-American. Now, the owners before me took out all the windows, so it was completely open, but they already had the sheet metal and stuff, so all I had to do was put it up there, and I've been predominantly doing this project myself. So they had a hydraulic rivet gun, and unfortunately it crapped out on me. First time using it, one of those Harbor Freight McGraws. And I've been attempting to do these rivets by hand, but in the very beginning, these are 1/4 steel. The next size up, I don't remember what the numbers are, but yeah, the rivet gun was not made for that. And attempting to do those by hand, I either ripped or pulled something in my arms. So it's been about a month. I've healed up. I was trying, yeah, these right here. I ended up popping these in yesterday by hand and did that with no problem. But regardless, I have came across something that I have not really seen anyone talk about. Minova. I have no idea about this brand. I've never heard of it. But this is an electric rivet gun, and it has piqued my interest. So I scored this not yesterday, maybe the day before. With the Amazon Prime stuff. I ordered it, it came in the next day. So it comes into this nice hard case box. And as you can see, the quality is not bad. This particular one, this ran me about $283, $287 and change. And this particular one came with two 18-volt batteries. I have the battery charger up there next to the drill charger. And it comes with different size tips and some extra grips there, and of course it comes with some tools and a couple packs of rivets, which I'm probably not going to use, and of course your good old-fashioned instruction book. Also, I am not a tools guy at all, and I think that this wasn't installed on there. I just put it on there. It's just a little bolt, and I think that's something you latch to your belt or something. You have to operate this because it says it right up on top of here. This is where the pins come in, and it says to empty this out quite often depending on the size. So I think probably about every 20 or 30 rivets I'll pop that off. But so this 18-volt battery, the instructions say that one charge battery will do 1,000 rivets. Personally, if it just does 100, I am happy with it. This thing has, according to, because I've been reading the instruction manual as well, I've been asking AI on the internet, this gadget has 20,000 newtons of force, which is the equivalent of 4,500 pounds. So, a little over 2 tons. And this will do aluminum, steel, and stainless steel rivets with no issues. But I haven't really taken a look at the different sizes and stuff. This has already been installed with a 1/4 tip, and that is exactly what I am working with anyway, so I haven't really done a deep dive into that. So what I'm curious about is if this thing works, and how long is it going to work? So I am going to be testing it on these few rivets. Now, since I have hurt my arms, I've been putting the rivets in and just giving it a few pumps with the hand riveter, just to keep everything to where the wind isn't going to blow it out or anything like that. And if I was forced to, I'd drive the bus and not really have to worry about these things flying off. But yeah, about one more pump and these should just break off. I've also kind of pre-drilled the 4 holes where the ribs are up on the top on this side. So I'm going to test it out, see how well it does with these, And then I'm going to go through, because I was drilling from the inside out, so I'm probably going to have to sizen up the holes there on the gutters from the outside. Install brand new, fresh 1/4 steel rivets, and we'll see what this thing can do. Now, according to the AI, because I actually use AI as a force of good, you install this on there, hold the trigger, and it takes about 2 to 5 seconds depending on the rivet. Alright, got the sun in my face, and let's see how well this works. Ooh. Did I not to do that one right? Again, I'm up on the ladder with one hand. Oh, I mean, it did come out. Let's try this again. Yeah, one thing I gotta get used to is that when these pop, I gotta point the barrel up. But other than that, and get in there. Oh, this one's loose. Doesn't seem to be loose anymore. Well, that one didn't want to come out, so I'll set this down and see if I can just toss that in my pocket, and we'll climb down the ladder slowly, safely. Scoot this ladder out of the way. Yeah, it popped them all. Let me just set this down on the ground here. Again, I'm sorry, I don't have really good production value. I'm out here in Tucson, Arizona, and oh yeah, this one here was loose, and I was worried about a gap, but this thing, oh yeah, that's hugging. That's doing really good right there. Yeah, still got a little bit of a gap up here though, which should be fine. Realistically, the water's gonna pour off of it and go down. I don't have to worry too much about water coming in this way. All right, so first impressions is quite nice. This thing weighs about 4 pounds by itself, but round up and we'll say 5 pounds. I think it said on Amazon with the case and everything too, it's like rounded up to like 10 pounds for the package. I know a lot of people don't like seeing my face, which, you know, it's fine, you know, but yeah, first impressions, that's good. But I mean, considering that, you know, I pretty much installed those anyways, it just needed that last pop. But yeah, take care of these. I'm gonna resize the holes and put all the other ones in and record that thing performing on some freshly installed rivets. But for a like a 386, we'll round up and say $300. Thank God it works. Alright, so these are the rivets, if my phone will focus, that I just did here on the front of the bus. I went on ahead and popped this one because that's one of the ones I was already partially seated. These 4 right here are fresh. I mean, I'm holding the phone with one hand and I got this with the other, but yeah, these are fresh rivets. So let's see how well this thing performs. I've noticed I gotta pop the trigger twice on some of these. I don't know if it's like the machine itself goes to sleep. Oh, I got to paint over this anyway, so I'm not at all worried about the scratches. So yeah, besides that one, which I'm now confident that I can just reach over and grab it and just yoink. Yep. And these 4 are seated. And one thing that I have definitely noticed with this, climbing down this here ladder, one thing I've definitely noticed over this versus me doing it by hand, because this has so much force, and the way how it grabs and the time that it takes to grab, pull, and then pull the pin out, is I'm watching the sidings clamp together, which is something I'm actually kind of worried about over the ones that I had to do by hand. So yeah, I am happy to report that this tool is a good investment, and it's going to save me a lot of time and a lot of pain. And as of right now, I have no buyer's remorse dropping nearly $300 on that piece of equipment. But so yeah, that's the Minova electric rivet gun. And I'm happy to report that it appears to live up to what is advertised. But so as I was saying earlier about the AI, I like using the internet to ask questions and have the AI respond and see what it says versus the stuff that I've personally read over. I actually use AI for learning purposes. So according to the AI, when you're dealing with the electric rivet guns like that one, when you're dealing with 20,000 newtons, you're up there in the industrial realm. But again, I've never heard of this brand before. Felt like I took a huge risk, and that risk, as of right now, feels pretty rewarding, but only time will tell how long this piece of equipment will actually last. But I've always been the kind of person, I take care of the stuff that I own, so with the hard case and everything, and putting it somewhere, you know, dry, out of the way, where nothing's going to happen to it, this piece of equipment should last me a while. So if anyone has ever seen this thing and been curious about it, and like me, you go on YouTube and all you see is like the shorts and like the demonstrations, I hope that this gives you some confidence that, you know, yeah, this it does seem to work. Now I do want to point out though, when I was reading through the reviews on Amazon, one guy said that he bought one and it broke like the first day. Another guy mentioned that he didn't take the back piece off that collected the pins, and it just kept collecting, and it exploded. Not the whole gun itself, but the part that houses the pins. But yeah, there's I'll turn the camera around for a sec. It specifically states that you should not operate this without this piece on. But other than that, yeah, this here I believe is a good buy. Brushless motor, all that force, it's what I need. So I hope this little review helps.